ever captured on camera. When this 29-year-old social media influencer walked into Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom with her phone in her hand, she made the catastrophic mistake of thinking Instagram was more important than judicial authority. What happened next would not only get her arrested in real time, but destroy her influencer career and teach millions of viewers why phones in courtrooms are a combination that leads to handcuffs. This story shows us what happens when social media addiction meets zero-tolerance judicial authority. When someone mistakes a courtroom for a photo opportunity, and when an influencer discovers that likes and followers mean absolutely nothing when a judge orders you into custody. But before we dive into this viral moment of instant karma, less than 1% of you watching are actually subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button, because this story about the fastest arrest Judge Caprio has ever ordered deserves to reach everyone who needs to understand that courtrooms are not content creation studios. It's a busy Tuesday morning in late April, and Providence Municipal Court is handling its typical docket of traffic violations and minor infractions. The spring air outside carries warmth and renewal, but inside the courtroom the temperature is about to drop to absolute zero. At exactly 9:15 a.m., the courtroom doors open, and through them walks Madison Parker, a 29-year-old social media influencer whose entire identity revolves around her 34,000 Instagram followers and her carefully curated online persona. Maddie moves through the courtroom doors with her phone held up in front of her face, recording a video or checking notifications, completely oblivious to where she is or what's about to happen. She's dressed in what she clearly thinks is courtroom-appropriate attire, but is actually completely inappropriate. Designer athleisure wear that costs more than most people's rent-expensive sneakers and oversized sunglasses perched on her head like a celebrity avoiding paparazzi. Her other hand clutches an iced coffee from an expensive cafe, and her AirPods are visible in her ears. But what's most shocking, what immediately catches everyone's attention, is that Maddie never looks up from her phone. Not when she enters, not when she walks down the aisle, not when she approaches the area where defendants wait. She's completely absorbed in her digital world, scrolling, typing, responding to comments or messages, utterly disconnected from the reality that she's standing in a court of law. Maddie is here because she received a citation for parking in a residential permit-only zone. The fine is standard $75 plus court costs, a simple matter that for most people would take 5 minutes to resolve. But what's about to happen will take this routine parking ticket and transform it into one of the most viewed courtroom moments in internet history, and thus the fastest contempt arrest. Judge Caprio has ordered indemnité à 6 years. As other defendants are called and processed, Maddie stands in the gallery area, phone still in hand, still scrolling, still completely disengaged from her surroundings. Court officers notice her, but assume she'll put the phone away when her case is called. They've seen distracted defendants before, but nothing quite like this level of complete disconnection. The court clerk calls several cases. Each defendant approaches the bench respectfully. Maddie doesn't even look up. She's typing furiously on her phone, occasionally smiling at whatever she's reading, completely unaware that she's about to become a cautionary tale. Madison Parker. The court clerk finally announces reading from the docket. Maddie doesn't respond. She's still looking at her phone. Madison Parker, the clerk repeats louder this time. Maddie glances up, briefly sees people looking at her, and walks toward the defendant's stand, still holding her phone, still looking at the screen, still typing. She approaches Judge Caprio's bench with her phone at eye level, scrolling through what appears to be Instagram or TikTok, completely failing to make eye contact with the judge or show any awareness that she's standing before judicial authority. Judge Caprio looks up from his paperwork, and immediately his expression changes. In 38 years on the bench, he has seen distracted defendants. He's seen disrespectful defendants, but he's never seen someone walk up to his bench actively using their phone as if they're standing in line at Starbucks rather than in a court of law. Miss Parker, Judge Caprio says, his voice carrying clear authority, "You need to put your phone away immediately." Maddie holds up one finger in a wait gesture without looking up from her screen. Still typing, still scrolling. The courtroom collectively gasps. She just held up a wait finger to a sitting judge. "Miss Parker." Judge Caprio's voice becomes more forceful. "Put the phone away now. This is a courtroom, not a coffee shop." Maddie finally glances up, but keeps the phone in her hand at waist level, her thumbs still moving across the screen. "Yeah, sorry, Your Honor. I'm just finishing something real quick. Just give me like 1 second. She looks back down at her phone and continues typing. The courtroom is absolutely silent. Everyone, including other defendants waiting their turn, is watching in shocked disbelief as this woman tells a judge to wait while she finishes whatever she's doing on her phone. Judge Caprio's expression transforms from surprise to controlled anger. Miss Parker, this is your final warning. Put that phone away immediately, or you will be held in contempt of court. Maddie, still typing, still not making eye contact, responds with the words that will destroy her influencer career and result in her immediate arrest. Your Honor, I'm literally just posting something. It'll take like 2 seconds. Can you just chill for a sec? The moment she says, "Can you just chill for a sec," to Judge Frank Caprio, the courtroom explodes in gasps and shocked whispers. She didn't just ignore his warnings. She told a sitting judge to chill. What happens next occurs so fast that Maddie doesn't even understand what's happening until she's already in handcuffs. Judge Caprio stands up from his bench, his voice cutting through the courtroom with absolute authority. Bailiff, take Miss Parker into custody immediately. She's in contempt of court. Maddie's head snaps up from her phone for the first time, showing genuine attention. Wait, what? Officer Tony Ricci. The court bailiff moves swiftly toward Maddie. Miss Parker, you're under arrest for contempt of court. Put your hands behind your back. Maddie's face shows complete confusion, transitioning to panic. What? No, wait, I was just... Her phone is still in her hand. Officer Ricci, firmly but professionally,